Welcome back to the channel, guys. Dawson got home from school. You knew we had this tarp over his doorway because we've had a lot of rain lately. If you saw my previous video, I painted the shed and it's looking pretty good, and he wants to get his going here. He's got two doors. They're solid wood. They're 3 foot by 8 foot. I was excited when they're this big of a door. It's not necessary for this opening. But what he wants to do is mount it to the outside. So he wants to mount it down here a couple inches and up there a few inches, whatever it runs. He's got to put his window in, and he's got to do his trim around. I'm not sure if he's going to use 1x3s or 1x4s. But if you want to go up there, Dawson, measure down your 3.5 or whatever for, trim board. And what do you have left, And then measure from the floor now. We're just trying to figure out if he's got to cut his doors. What do you got up to your line?
96.
So he's got 8 foot right now, and he wants to drop it 2 inches. So that would look good, wouldn't it? Yeah. There'd be a couple inches gap between well, no, it won't. It won't either. Trim is going to end up lining up into the other trim, isn't it?
So I probably should just do one solid board across. You
could, or yeah, you could do it all the way up to the bottom of the window,
right.
Or you could do something unique there,
Mm-hmm.
So where was your 8 foot going to run?
Right here.
Could you measure that for me again? Just to confirm that from the floor. Do from the center and the floor.
All right.
And that should be 94, right?
Yeah.
Well, mark 94. And he said he wants to let it drop about 2 inches below the floor. Let me hold that for you. Set this right on the floor, like that. You mark it.
Yep.
And then write that number up there. If it's a 94 or whatever, write 94 on it. And then put an arrow to your whichever line you're doing there. Is 94 to the little one?
Yep.
And then make it bigger. I hate all them lines up there. And what he's got to do is tell him what you got for hinges here.
Those are bifolding hinges, and what's nice about them is it'll make a seamless look. You won't have any hardware showing. That's what it looks like. And they also bifold, and it'll go all the way around. So they're non-mortising hinges.
Correct. So what he can do is just screw them on. He's all done. What I suggested, instead of him putting the trim up there first and then hanging the door, what do you think this door weighs?
What?
We lifted it together. I would say it's 40 pounds. It's a pretty heavy door. And instead of trying to hold that door up there, what if we went ahead and hooked this hinge to the door and to the trim, and then we held it up there as a unit and secured it with a screw and plumbed it. So that's the plan here. The line is faint. Dawson checked the plumb. It's plumb on each door opening, and then he used a 6 foot, well, I think it's an 80, 78 inch. So definitely long enough, and he put one line across there, and I told him to set a screw just at the upper edge of the line. Now he can measure down to figure out the length of his casing boards. And I'd recommend probably do this, Dawson. Have the board go slightly below the door. And then that's up to you. But you could have it run all the way down if it's long enough. I don't know what you want there. But what I recommend on the bottom is probably bend some flashing so that protects the front of the building. He's going to put maybe a ramp there. So right now the width isn't that important, but let's measure this width, Dawson. I think you ended up doing, do you remember the number?
72 1/4.
72 1/4. Is that what you have?
Yeah. 72 3/16.
Okay, in the middle.
72.
Pull it real tight.
72 3/16.
And then the bottom.
72 1/4.
All right, so that gives him enough room that he can swing the door without the doors rubbing, because when you take two doors on an angle, it gets longer. So now he's going to check his this is actually cherry here. But this is the same thickness as the door, and he's going to put the hinges on it. He's going to pre-drill and put 2 or 3 screws so that when we lift the door up there as a unit, he can screw it right on. We don't want to use nails yet because we may need to adjust it. It's been a few days since we cut that lumber, and it's a little bit bowed, so he's doing a contraption to get the bow out of it. And I'm going to finish mowing up some lawn here, give him a hand as he needs it, but he knows what's going on here. All right, Dawson's got his hinges on with the short screws that come with it. He's probably going to replace them with deck screws maybe, but to find out if this system's going to work, tell him what you did over at the wall there.
I marked the center of my boulder, and then I measured out the width of this with the trim piece to the edge, and all 3 spots it was 39.5. Made a mark and put my screw on the outside of that mark, so we shift the door to the screw and down onto the bottom screws there, so it kind of is a jig to hold the door near.
Yeah, because they weigh a ton, don't they? So let's see. How about, yeah, if we did it like this. And you turn. You turn. And then set it on your toe. Don't get it all muddy. Ta-da! Alright, you want to do this side so you can see what you're doing? And I'll hold it, sort of. Ah, they're heavy, aren't they? Ready? Set your bottom in. Real light, because it's a heavy door. Wow. And then you want to check it for plumb. Ooh, it's almost there. So it looks like the top's got to go over, which is true. So the head of the screw is there, so that's pushing the door slightly. So do you want to get your drill handy? And you back up and look at it. If you like it, you can put it on wherever. Alright. You got to help hold it though. So put the drill in your hand. Ideally, if you did that bottom screw first, it'd be nice. You want it toward you? How much?
Bring it back.
And then stood up, got your drill.
Yeah.
And then,
That level?
is it touching both of them?
Yeah.
It should be plumb then, right? And
Top has to go left or what?
it looks like the top's got to go left a little.
So the bottom has to go towards you because you pushed it.
Oh, we bent the screw over slightly.
How's that?
Oh, come here, look at it. It's awesome. I wouldn't do that when I do the top or the bottom. All right, come here and check your bubble. You like that? Looks awesome. Do the top. Always do top, bottom. Lean it right on the building there. I like it. It's right there. Don't overdo it. You want to stop there and look? I would. Okay. Now check out your bubble. See if you're happy with it. Pretty nice. Take your ladder and do this so you don't harm it if you need it. And then, How's that look? Don't over tighten them. Don't sink them. So he's using construction deck screws, and
Look at the reveal's nice.
yeah, it does look even, don't it? Try open it, see how it does.
Yeah, it's quiet. Look how far it's gonna open. And
Oh.
what I got is I got some hook and eyes I'm gonna be attaching on the corner of my building here, and then I'll attach it somewhere on my door so that I can keep it held open when I want to. And check it out.
I'm liking it already. Did you tell him what kind of lock you got?
No, I actually ordered a lock where it's a handle and it's just like my building sort of. It's the digital deadbolt, except the keypad's on the handle and it has a fingerprint accessory on it. So we'll see how that works. But it was pretty affordable, so I thought why not? It looked cool. And all my hardware is black, so it matches. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing on that other door. Get it up here. Attach my trim to my door or set it up as one unit. Seems to do pretty good.
And I think what I'm gonna like about it is, you see how this hits at the bottom. I'd go ahead and pop your screws out. Should have done that before you open the door. And we gotta do put the screws back in on that side. But what I'm gonna like about it is that if, say, his hook and eye, he's out riding or something, got his wheeler out or mowing lawn, it's windy, and his hook and eye didn't hold, and the wind grabs the doors, what's going to happen? It's going to close,
And hit against.
and it's got a positive stop. Normally, you frame on the inside, then you got to put little door stops and stuff.
But we got meat on the top, the bottom, and then the deadbolt in the center.
And then what he wants to do is little trim pieces there. And then I agree, maybe one wider one across the top would look sharp, wouldn't it? Doing the window and the door in one. And probably to do the next door, what I recommend is either screw the door directly on, or go ahead and put he got some gate hardware where he's going to go on the inside, turn the lock and push it down. And I think you got the same on the top, don't you? And that's going to hold the stationary door. So, did you say you want to open the right one? For right-handed, so
This is going to be the stationary door.
that way if he wants to go in and tinker or something, you don't have to open both doors. This will be the one that stays locked, and this is the one he'll have to,
Do the key code.
yeah, drill out and
Do the deadbolt.
do the deadbolt on it. So we'll bring out door number 2, and he's going to replicate it. All right, Dawson's found a couple spacers. You know they're almost a 1/4 inch, right?
Yep.
And the reason for that is when you have two square objects and they want to go bypass, they're going to get bigger in the back side, and we don't want them to scrub. And it's an outdoor building, and the wood is going to swell. So I want to make sure that he has at least that much room. And I told him to take a board, a very straight one, which that one is. I think it's poplar, isn't it? And screw that on so he's got it touching the other door, and it's a level across there. So he's going to take those two pieces he just tacked on with an air nailer. He's going to measure the reveal on his other door over there. I don't know, what was that up there? You have to get a ladder. Is it a 1/4 inch or what? Yeah. And then he's going to measure and set his hinges exactly the same. And then once he does this trim, his casing, he's going to replicate that on this side, and all we have to do is go up there and set it on, and it's done, right? No leveling, no measuring. He just screws it on. And so as long as he copies that, everything's going to be the same. Check it out, guys. I'm mowing lawn.
Trying to bite me.
Looks like just a garter snake. But he bit on my sneaker. And I lifted him right up.
By my finger.
Pretty cool. I'm gonna take creepy looking things.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a fighter.
I'm by my finger. Bite it. I want to see if you got teeth. You don't have any teeth, do you?
It's weird to catch a. He's got you, don't he? It's weird to get like a mouse or something, you know?
My finger's too big. Here, bite me.
He's like, not till next year. I'm gonna be bigger. This has a lot to do with our doors putting on, don't it?
Yeah.
We have a little entertainment.
Oh.
I probably wouldn't want to get bit all the time, Dawson.
It's cute. It doesn't even hurt. That's kind of funny. But he's probably good for our grass and stuff and our plants.
Yeah, I almost mowed him and I stopped, and now we're playing with him. But we're going to let him go and let him do his thing. I think they eat bad bugs. And
Yeah, look at this fat part here. What do you think he ate?
he probably already had dinner, didn't he?
Oh, I can feel something in there.
He's probably trying to digest it.
Right here, there's like a hard thing.
That's kind of cool. Let's get back to our doors, guys. We'll let him be.
Alright, hopefully this system will work. Got it all screwed on, all the hinges.
Set it up. Put it right up on there. And you forgot to take that screw out up there. There'd be your ladder. That may interfere. That would be nice getting this enclosed because I'm worried about the rain, you know. Boy, that's all at 40 pounds, isn't it? Shove her over. Now we got to get our level. And hopefully, that reveal, what do you think of the reveal? Do you like it? All right, I'll hold it. You look at the reveal.
Hold it over.
Okay.
That's really good.
I think if it's any closer than that, and the building swells, the doors swell, anything, because they're wooden doors, it's going to be too tight when he pivots it open.
And I think on one of these doors, this door probably, I'll have a slat.
Yeah, it has to be this door. And then when the door is square like this, and it comes on an angle, the back side's going to get tighter, and we don't want it to bind. So I'll push this over. Back up and see what you think of the looks of it. Put that ladder right here. Put that ladder right here. You got to do the top one. And then stand back and see what you think. Do you like it? Oh, yeah, it's right on the bubble. You like it?
Let's do it.
All right. And you push it over too while you're doing it. And then, whoa! Here, hold on that. It fell off our board, guys. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can get it back in there.
Got it?
Wait a minute. Almost. Yep. Now, get down. Wait. Okay. Stand back and look at it before you go crazy. Put your level back on it. Everything's all about keeping this true, you know. Okay, do your bottom one first. Top and bottom, then you're gonna fall off it again. Okay. Alright, you grab your door. And what I would do is I'd take that bottom thing off so you don't scrub your door on it. Or just loosen those two screws up, you know, and allow that to relax. No, that one over there. No. Just the one under the door that you're working on. And this way it won't bind on him, hopefully. Does it close over it? Yeah, see, we got it touching the bottom. So if you're happy with that, you can either take that off and test both doors now. I think this is a good project done. And he's got to light it right up here so we can see. It's pretty dark out right now. Camera doesn't show, but sun has set a while ago. I mowed, I didn't mow this section, but I mowed down by the road. I mowed out back. I mowed the circle here. I got some mowing done while he's working on these doors. And what do you think of that? They look really sharp from back here.
I'll take the spacers off.
Yeah, I would. Take your spacers and your little brad nail out. You want pliers, or
I got pliers.
you pull them little nails out, and he gets to play with this. See how it works. Looks pretty sharp, don't it? Why don't you swing them both open and see how they look. Don't get rough on them yet, you know. He's got to put a bunch more screws in it. We only have 4 right now. I think it's going to work nicely, isn't it? I think once the trim is on there, all the way around, I think if he puts a hook and eye in this section, I think it's going to work great. And then, explain, did you tell him what kind of lock you got?
Yeah.
I
They
like
look
'em.
pretty good, yeah.
And so they're just going to swing in the breeze, so we're going to put that little stop stick on it. But I think hopefully over the weekend he can do his door lock and his gate latch, or what do you call them? Gate hardware, where it goes into the floor. And what do you got there?
Sliding bolt.
Is there 2 of them?
Yeah, I got 4 of them. No, I got 2 of them, I mean, yeah.
So the stationary door gets that one.
And then it'll go down, it's a spring. And then you just lock it down like that. It's got a lock. The channel locks in.
That's pretty nice. I think that'll go good with your hinges.
10, 11 inches long. So
And I think that you used 4 hinges on each side is going to keep them doors from bowing or anything. Because sometimes when you get 2 hinges or whatever, it's not really enough. 3 maybe. But these 8-foot doors, you know, they're pretty hefty. So I'm going to show him how to drill out.
a deadbolt.
Yeah, I've got a kit for that. And I'm going to let him do it.
We're probably going to have the handle with your slat running across.
Yeah, it'll be stronger. He said he'd want it higher, but that's his only spot it'll go. And you got to drill a 1-inch hole through the door. The door's 1 3/8. You got to drill a 1-inch hole this way, and then you do a 2 1/8. I got to remember, but it's a door kit, and there's a back set. So you got to do the right back set, get your hole, So there's 2 3/8 and 2 3/4. We'll read his lock. It's probably a 2 3/4. Who knows? And then we'll drill that in the right spot, and then we'll join in, and then he'll put his lock hardware in, and it'll be great. He'll have a striker plate on this side, and the only difference he's going to have is he's got to put this is a bad example, but a little mullion strip. It's going to be about this wide, and he's going to put this on there. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep the weather out and wind and
Seal
air.
it off better.
Yeah. And then once he gets his top on, what I'd like him to do is similar to what he did over here on this building. Let me show you.
Well, here's my little roof over my double doors here. I got a light underneath. But I'll either do this or I'll do some flashing underneath the doors. So that way we can't get water over top, and it protects the top of the doors.
Yeah, here he's got almost a 12-inch overhang right there.
Yeah.
So the top of his doors does not get wet. And that's a good idea, guys. All right, guys, we got the doors on there. He's got it secure with one little latch tonight. We were going to include the top trim and the lock and all that, but I think we'll close this video out here. He's got a bowling thing to do, and we got other projects going on, so I'll stop here. I just thought you'd like to see how you can mount your door to your trim and then install it as a unit, and especially when it's a French style door like this. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. You'll see the finishing trim works. Put the window in. He's got to do all his vertical casing and corners and fascia and rakes, and got quite a lot to do yet. And I want him to get some paint while it's on sale, and I think it's looking sharp. I think it's plumb, level, and square. It's got the same reveal, and we'll do another video when he's ready to drill the door lock. I think some people will be interested in that. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.